This is my sixth recording, and in Module 11, the authors outline four different types of research that can be done on disaster. Individualized study in a university setting, so that's similar to the research we're doing for the semester-long project. Cross-discipline studies, so that would be a meteorology student studying the weather, but then relating it back to disaster or disaster theory. University Research Center, focused on disaster, government agencies or other organizations doing research. And I have the next point highlighted, bolded, and underlined because it's very sad, but sociological research does not have high funding priorities in any place. So the average yearly amount is $3 million, and that's mostly coming from a very few select amount of agencies. And these researches can be used in three different ways. So instructional class materials, so similar stuff that we're reading in class, or trainings that can be used for future decision making or to train people in the field. Conceptual use to influence decisions in a broader sense. Symbolic or political use to help policy decisions. And the TED Talk about the social animal, despite being hilarious, also taught us a different way of thinking at human decision making, the unconscious and conscious mind. So humans are thought to be logistical animals, and the way that politicians make decisions is dehumanizing and logistical. We measure success by measurable things, so SAT scores, but the insights from his research and other research says that the conscious and unconscious mind work together. Emotions are at the center of our thinking, and that humans are not self-contained animals. We are social beings. So these give us a different way of looking at decision making and humanism. He says that life is not judged by measurable things, but really by the ability to see what others have to offer, because everybody knows something that you don't. Modesty, the ability to see your own biases and failures. And sympathy, the ability to work well within groups. And these are all skills that we cannot measure or count, so that's what he describes a good life being. The article Before the Storm, the large portion of money spent by FEMA and other organizations is spent recovering from disasters. The article calls for a shift to mitigation as a necessity to save money and better prepare for disasters. An example would be well-designed building codes for areas to combat disasters. They say for every $1 spent in mitigation, $4 are saved in recovery. And last week's article, Module 12, I was confused about what they were referring to when they said social units. I kind of stopped and thought social units can be family, communities, churches, races, so I was confused at what they were referring to when they said social units, but everything else in the reading was pretty clear. And my question for this week is, how can we use our new understandings of unconscious decision makings from the TED Talk to make better policy? Thank you.